What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update today, 2021, as well as the next two upcoming packages, the physical infrastructure package and the next stimulus package named the American Families Plan, as well as what is going on in the world today. I hope your Memorial Day weekend is going well. If you served in the armed forces, thank you for your service, as well as today is a day to remember all of those that have fallen for our country and have served our country as well. Thank you for your service. We got several different things to cover today. Thanks for joining us on your holiday. I'll try to see if we can have some extra special guests here in the next few videos. But first, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new updates. We cover all sorts of different stimulus programs on this channel, as well as related daily news that you might need to know about. There's literally dozens and dozens of stimulus programs, a lot more than just the main stimulus check that you might be thinking of that we cover here on this channel. We'll probably cover some today. So don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new videos. And hit the like button for us down below. It really helps out our channel. Okay, so the Fed says that employers can require workers to get the COVID vaccine. So the federal government is saying that employers or corporations can require workers to get the vaccine. As you can see here, American companies can require COVID-19 vaccinations for individuals returning to the office, says the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. But employers must still provide reasonable accommodation for those exempt from mandatory immunization under the Americans with Disability Act and Title VII of the Civil Rights Act. Employee incentives are also permitted to encourage Americans to get shots in their arms as a percentage of vaccine doses continues to reduce nationwide. Employers are prohibited from issuing coercive incentives, but guidelines on what could be constructed as illegal were not included. A very large incentive could make employees feel pressured to disclose protected medical information. Just over 50% of the U.S. population has received at least one dose of the vaccine. I just read what it says here. It says at least 50% have received at least one dose of the coronavirus. Yeah, that's definitely a typo there. Definitely meant to say the vaccine. Now, there are some major corporations that are requiring employers to get vaccinated, or they could actually lose their job. Delta Airlines is one of the major national ones. And Houston Methodist Medical Center is actually being sued by over 100 staff as they're being forced to have the vaccine to work there. Let me know your thoughts on this. I think this is going to be one of the upcoming battles for our country, is that we're going to see employers literally requiring you to be vaccinated, or else you could lose your job or not be able to work there. And I also think we're going to see lawsuits trying to challenge this and millions of dollars happening with that. And yeah, it's a tough one. But here's the weird thing is that we have a bunch of like a dozen different Republican states that have outlawed vaccine passports or having to show your vaccine identification. Now, states like Florida, their governor, Ron DeSantis, has banned vaccine passports, or basically having to show your vaccine identification for any purpose at all. And this is causing really some crazy issues. Cruise lines, such as Norwegian Cruise Lines, is threatening to pull all their ships out of Florida if the state doesn't allow them to even ask for vaccinations, and they're the third largest cruise ship in the world. And we're also seeing other issues like a Florida concert venue charging $1,000 per ticket if you aren't vaccinated. Get this, as you can see here, after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a law forbidding the use of what some call vaccine passports, a Tampa Bay concert promoter decided to creatively motivate his community to get vaccinated by providing $18 discount tickets in exchange for vaccination. And if you're not vaccinated, they're going to charge you $999.99 for those who are not vaccinated. But again, Florida law says you're not allowed to ask for vaccine identification. So how are you going to know who's vaccinated? Yeah, it's a really weird situation. Let me know your thoughts on this. It's probably only going to get weirder, and we're going to see a lot of lawsuits and a lot of battles and a lot of people that don't want to give up their medical information. It's going to get crazy. Now, the Biden administration just actually said that they're going to pledge to help fund what they're calling vaccine lotteries, where states are actually literally giving away millions of dollars if you're vaccinated. Yeah. If you are already vaccinated, you might as well try to find out what you qualify for through these different vaccine lotteries, as well as these different vaccine incentive programs. Ohio is giving away five sets of $1 million each to five different people in Ohio. Five different students as well will win a full time scholarship to the state university. New York is offering a $5 million prize to one person, as well as multiple different other prizes, anywhere from $20 to $50,000 for all sorts of different people getting vaccinated in New York. We're also seeing this New York, Maryland, Oregon. Maryland has a program going on, $40,000 per day they're giving away, and $400,000 on July 4th. Oregon also has their own $1 million vaccine lottery, and West Virginia has $100 vaccine gift cards or savings bonds for West Virginians ages 16 to 35 to help encourage vaccinations. So if you are vaccinated, you might as well try to go and qualify for these prizes. Google them, look them up for your state, and see if you can get some free money. If you don't want to get vaccinated, well, then obviously just disregard that. Now, another provision they want to put in this next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, is the a health care public option bill. As it has not yet been included yet, but Democrats are pushing to have this included. As you can see here, two key Democrats plan to write a bill to create a public health care option, a move they will hope will expand insurance coverages and cut costs. They're asking for opinions on a public input on how to craft a federally administered public option that provides quality, affordable healthcare coverage throughout the United States. Now, this is in addition to the Medicare expansion that is very likely going to be in one of these next packages. They want to expand Medicare to include hearing, dental, vision, and hearing aids for no additional costs included, and lower the eligibility ages to age either 60 or possibly as low as age 55. They say they can do this without raising any costs or basically costing or charging Americans any more money, because they can force pharmaceutical companies to give the United States government prescription drug prices for the same prescriptions that they give to other countries at the same price. Right now, the United States actually gets gouged on many prescription drugs, such as insulin. The example there is that they sell it to the United States for $95 a vial, and they sell it to other countries like Canada and Australia for as low as $7 a vial. And yeah, we're just getting completely taken advantage of there. The US government can save $450 to $500 billion every single year by simply forcing these pharmaceutical companies through a law in one of these next upcoming packages that they have to sell it to us for the same price they sell it to as another country. And that will save the government $500 billion alone that they can use for Medicare expansion or even part of the Social Security raises that they want to include before the Democrats go into the next election in 2022. Now, real quickly, I want to let you know about another stimulus item that could put, I think it's $9,000 in your pocket. There's literally dozens of different stimulus items and different stimulus programs that are already approved, and this is one of them. So if you had a family member pass away from COVID, the U.S. government will pay for their funeral reimbursement up to $9,000. So as you can see here, if this happened to a family member of yours, my condolences. You can call this phone number 844-684-6333. If you don't know about this program, you'll be very thankful that you watched this show today, because literally call that phone number. This is passed from the third stimulus check. The second or the third stimulus check package. I can't remember which one, but this is already passed. It's already approved. There's $2 billion out there for it. So call this number. You'll have to show them like a death certificate and some receipts. But this literally could mean up to $9,000 in your pocket, as well as if you know anybody that had a family member pass from COVID, please share this video with them so that they know about this information. Now, another interesting thing that President Biden actually plans to retroactively raise capital gains taxes in his newest budget report that was come out for the annual budget. This includes both the next two stimulus package, or the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, and the physical infrastructure package. It's about $6 trillion and includes both of those packages, which are around $2 trillion each. Could be more, could be less when all said and done. But Biden is actually planning a retroactive tax hike for capital gains to be included in there. However, remember they have to pass this through Congress, so it's just really just kind of a wish list right now. And yeah, there's first of all, there's no Republicans that are in favor of a tax hike. And there's actually very few Democrats that are in favor. I shouldn't say there's very few Democrats in favor of a tax hike, but I should say there's several Democrats that are against a tax hike. So I think when they ultimately pass this next stimulus package, there could be no tax hikes included at all, because really some Democrats don't even want them. But they can do creative things like that, forcing pharmaceutical companies to give us prescription drug prices for the same price they give other countries. That can save the US government $500 billion a year. And also, the IRS Commissioner, Charles Rettig, says that the IRS is actually owed $1 trillion per year, that they can simply just need to collect, and they need to have more people work there and maybe get some additional information. And they can collect up to another $1 trillion every single year. That's $1.5 trillion they could get without needing to raise any taxes at all. They have several different creative ways like this. There is one very controversial issue with that IRS kind of proposal, is that it does include, as one of the provisions on how to find out, who owes them money and should be paying it, is the IRS wants a provision in there to be able to download all your bank account transactions for every person in the United States without a warrant or a subpoena or anything like that. And if they're given access to that, you better believe they'll just be literally downloading everybody's bank account transactions for the entire United States, literally on a daily or weekly basis. So that is one very negative point of that. I think that there should be some separation between people and government. It's very invasive to be, looking through your bank accounts on a daily basis through every transaction, and to just give all this information to the government. Let me know your thoughts on that. That's one way the IRS kind of wants to step up the enforcement of what they're owed. So not raising any taxes, but just finding out more information about who might owe them taxes through this controversial portion of that bill. Now, they can definitely pass stuff like this without that controversial issue. That's all part of the negotiations. And that's really what's going on right now for this next stimulus package, as talks of a fourth stimulus check and even a fifth stimulus check update are in this next stimulus package, or I'm sorry, is what they're negotiating on over this next stimulus package. And right now, Pramila Jayapal, Democratic representative, she's the leader of the Democrats of the Progressive Caucus, which is over half, or around half, of the Democrats in the U.S. House of Representatives, says, quote, "There's no reason why 140 million people should be poor in the richest country on earth. Poverty exists because we allow it to exist, and it's time for us to choose differently." Now, she is the co-author of a bill from the U.S. House of Representatives, along with Michigan Representative Rashida Tlaib, that would immediately provide a $2,000 fourth stimulus check payment to every person in America as critical relief during the COVID-19 crisis. Okay. When they say every person in America, they mean within the income thresholds. Okay. So it's around 88%, 85 to 88% of people got the third stimulus check. Then followed by $1,000 monthly recurring payments throughout the ongoing pandemic. Now, just to be clear here, they do say down here below that the $1,000 would be monthly recurring payments throughout the ongoing pandemic that continue for 1 year after the end of the crisis, which is kind of what I've been reporting to you. I had some comments on there that thought that this was changed. This wasn't changed. It just really, there's just a lot of different wording here. But this particular bill is for a $2,000 one-time payment, then as a forced stimulus check, then followed by $1,000 monthly recurring payments that would go until 1 year after the end of the pandemic. This is a bill directly from co-sponsored by Pramila Jayapal and Rashida Tlaib. Pramila Jayapal is probably the second highest ranking Democrat in the U.S. House of Representatives. At this point, probably behind House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi's been relatively quiet compared to how she used to be. I don't know what's going on there, but she hasn't been talking much about stimulus, the stimulus package, the infrastructure package. She hasn't been talking about the new Medicare expansion that was also just announced by Democratic Representative Pramila Jayapal, who's leading more than 155 Democratic lawmakers in the House of Representatives alone, urging President Biden to expand Medicare in the American Families Plan. And yeah, that's over 70% of the House Democratic caucus to expand Medicare by lowering the eligibility age, improving benefits, adding hearing, dental, vision, and hearing aids for no additional cost, and paying for this by dropping the price of prescription drugs. Again, this is led by Democratic Representative Pramila Jayapal again, and she's been kind of the leading Democrat that has been going on pushing for the fourth stimulus check, monthly recurring stimulus checks, Medicare expansion, and Social Security raises. And really on the Senate side, it's from the Democrats. It's Senator Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, who have both been pushing pretty hard for more stimulus, Social Security raises, and Medicare. And the White House has recently said that if Congress wants a forced stimulus check or even monthly recurring stimulus checks, that they can put this in the next stimulus package. And that is exactly what the Democrats are pushing for. I say the Democrats because it's very likely that the Democrats are going to pass this next stimulus package completely on their own without a single Republican vote through the reconciliation process. And that is exactly what happened with the third stimulus check package. It was passed without a single Republican vote. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'll let you know on everything going on with stimulus. There's literally dozens of different stimulus check programs or stimulus programs like rent assistance, mortgage assistance, the new pandemic EBB program, which pays for your internet bill. Yeah, state stimulus checks coming out, back to work bonuses, vaccine lottery bonus. There's all sorts of different stimulus check programs, the FEMA funeral one. There's literally so much I can't even keep track of. But I will keep you updated every video or two or three. I'll be rotating through different programs and new programs that come out available. So don't miss any episodes because I don't want you to miss out on one of these programs that could put thousands of dollars in your pocket or your friends' pockets or your family's pocket. Feel free to share this video with them. There's a share button down below as well as subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on any new videos. New videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember those times. After subscribing, you can click the bell icon to get notification reminders when we go live. You can click this video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is about all the states, the most recent state video about states giving out stimulus checks. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.